Hey, welcome back everyone. It is time for another exclusive members video I'm going to show you here today. I'll tell you what, I talk about things at the membership you just don't see here. A couple days ago, we talked about 3 stocks we're using in 2025 and 1 high-yielding dividend-paying stock that I absolutely love. We're going to do that in this video. I'm going to let him tell you all about those 3 stocks we're using to write covered calls, sell cash secure puts, generate that premium cash flow so we can buy the dividend-paying stocks. See, covered call writing and cash secure put selling is the golden goose of investing. A lot of you out there think it's actually dividend investing that's the golden goose. You put some money towards something and it lays a golden cash egg. But what I'm going to tell you is back up, play in our sandbox where we sell premium, where we write covered calls and we sell cash secure puts on stocks, generating bigger profits. And then we take all those profits and buy dividend paying stocks. We literally have the golden goose of investing when we write covered calls and sell cash secure puts, and then we take all of that money and put it into dividend paying stocks that pay us passively. I'm here to tell you, my membership is consistent. I am consistently down the line. We do the same thing successfully. There's a lot of people on YouTube that will tell you to do one thing, one video, and literally the next video do something different. I mean, they will literally tell you, this is the rock of my portfolio. I'll never sell it. Next video, they sell it. I don't make promises. I don't tell you to do nothing. If you're following people on YouTube, just understand, you don't truly know what they're trading and what they're doing between videos. What I'll tell you is this, at the membership, they get every single trade I do daily, and they see them when I enter them and when I exit them, and they see the result. Not only do they see the result, they see why I got involved, and they see my kids' trades. And you could see we're making some good money. That is the golden goose of investing, because we're producing all that covered call, cash secure put premium, and then we're buying dividend paying stocks. Now, the other thing that's consistent is that I'm always teaching, right? I'm always showing my members exactly what I do. I show you the world through my eyes. I tell you my story. That's truly all I do. I'm telling you my story through my YouTube videos and my membership. I do not come on YouTube and try to convince you to do something that, quite frankly, I'll change my mind by the time the next video comes out. I show you the world through my eyes. I trade my own retirement money, and if I'm not good, I have to go back to the 9 to 5. And I trade my own kids' money for which I can't lose. If you wanted to follow somebody, see somebody's trades, get that higher level of education through a constant stream of videos and seeing my trades and having all the tools, right? All the spreadsheets that help you calculate your numbers so you can better manage your trade. Hey, look, everybody can tell you how to do a trade, but how about managing that trade? Well, we have all the spreadsheets. I created them all, and all the members get them. In the description, get your 1 free month offer. Join me, see all of these trades, get all of the exclusive videos. And what I'll tell you is this isn't just once a week. Like, you don't get a PDF once a week. This is every day. And in fact, my members sometimes say, look, man, you're sending too many communications. All I'm doing is showing you the world through my eyes. I'm going to turn it over to him. He's going to talk about 3 stocks we're using in 2025. And we're already using them now, and we're knocking it down. And that 1 high-yielding dividend-paying stock, we're buying that one. We're going to buy more of it. And I absolutely love sharing it with the members. Every single trade they see, when I close it, and what dividend-paying stock I'm buying. And we talk about dividend-paying stocks and other selling premium things that are relevant to being great at selling premium. Writing covered calls, selling cash secure puts. Stick around. I know you're going to like this one. Hey, welcome back, everyone. It is time to talk about 3 ETFs that I believe are going to absolutely pay big money this year, trading covered calls and cash secure puts. We're going to talk about 3 of them here. Before we start, I want to talk about 1 dividend-paying stock that I'm actually going to be putting more money towards once I'm finished throwing some extra money at XDTE. We're going to go back to QDTE, and what we're going to look to do is accumulate 1,000 shares. Now, the reason for this is because I like how their strategy pays weekly. They actually have a pretty sound strategy selling premium, and they use the daily option. And they write out of the money covered calls, so typically all of these dailies expire worthless. I just think they are going to continue to do what they do. And when we look at their dividend, on average, they're paying anywhere from 25 cents to 26 cents. And towards the end of the year, they started kicking it up where they were getting anywhere from 30 cents, 20 cents, 33 cents. And you could see that, as we've talked about recently in some of these videos, because they pay such a small amount, the stock is $40. They do daily covered calls, so that time decay happens rapidly. They don't make as much. They don't make as much because they don't have much time value premium in the options they sell. So what does that mean? They're distributing a 20 cent, 30 cent dividend, and sometimes the market goes higher on the day that they distribute the dividend. You don't even recognize it. At the end of the day, they are distributing their net asset value, and we don't get much what they call erosion. And you don't really see it in the share price. So I like this. We're going to be adding more QDTE and XDTE because this uses the NASDAQ. The other one uses the S&P 500. Now, the theme here is I believe we do go higher in 2025. I believe that we're going to have more AI investment. I believe we're going to have a great 2025 because a lot of the tech companies are going to thrive. There might be some tariff talk here and there, but I don't really think any of that comes to fruition. I think it's a lot of posturing to maybe get a better deal on our imports and exports, but I definitely do not think there will be any hammer dropping. So you're going to see those stocks in the NASDAQ, those technology companies flourishing under this new administration. I believe QDTE and XDTE continue to go sideways to higher. They pay the beautiful dividend, and we're going to accumulate many, many shares of those writing covered calls. Now let's talk about the 3 ETFs that I believe are going to perform rather well in 2025. And we're going to start with my favorite, SOXL. You can already see SOXL as we get towards the inauguration, it is already popping back to the top of its range. The reason I want to show you this is because it does trade in a range, and it can get range bound, as you can see. So this is a great ETF. It's 3x leveraged, and it's 3x leveraged to the semiconductors. And right now, the semiconductors are going to be in high demand as we move forward with all this technology. What I want you to notice is the RSI, it's starting to get at the top of its range. That's right around 50, and you can see every time it hits 50, it wants to pull back. You could see on the chart, it's looking to maybe make a run a little bit higher to 33, but that's going to be the key resistance here. If it breaks past 33, that means all the semiconductor stocks are popping, and this thing could find itself back up to 36 real quick. If the markets sort of tail off a little bit with all this enthusiasm, hey, that's fine too. Just find your range, and I love anywhere between 31 and 28. Why? Because if we get involved anywhere in that range, we can then write a covered call and still collect money if we're at the bottom of the range. Remember, it's always about 2 trades. You put on your first one, you pocket that fat premium, you love it. But you got to have a second plan in place if it were to fall. And this is what it's been doing. It's been rallying, pulling back, rallying, pulling back. I love this trading range. Give me a sandbox to play in, and we're going to play all day long. I don't need this thing to go from 33 to 53. I would rather see it trade in this range, going sideways to higher, and we could profit from it all year long. Now, the second one is going to be Nvidia. We use its 2x leveraged ETF in lieu of using Nvidia stock. I believe Nvidia, and I said this before, I believe Nvidia goes to 180, and it could get there by the end of this year. I just think that Nvidia is the best company in the world, whereas Apple was that. I believe Nvidia is that now. Their chips are in such high demand, and look who's playing friendly with the new president, Elon Musk. And did Elon Musk not just create an AI company for which he's going to need massive amounts of AI servers and server farms and chips? Well, there's going to be some huge purchases. And then you find that Microsoft is going to invest over $10 billion in server farms. What are server farms? These are huge buildings that they literally put servers in, server racks as far as the eye can see. And these are the server racks that are clustered together, and they are going to provide all of that artificial intelligence. Everything from customer service to internet search is going to be AI. I'm going to tell you right now, Google better step its game up, because right now, if I really want to find something on the internet, I want detailed, rich return of data, I don't go to Google. I go to Google to find out what time the Steeler game's on, maybe who's playing on Monday Night Football, or maybe answer a quick question that I don't really need that much reference. But when I really want an answer, I go to ChatGPT. I actually love it so much, I bought a subscription to ChatGPT. So we're going to find that AI and all the hardware that goes with it is going to be needed. I love Nvidia. So we're going to use NVDX and NVDL to make money. Now, they're both the same. Really, the only difference is one's priced at $68 and the other one's priced in and around $14. So it really depends how much money you have and how you want to play it. They both move 2x to Nvidia. But when you invest in these, you have to understand you're investing in Nvidia. The only way NVDX and NVDL go higher when Nvidia doesn't is maybe you have a huge whale getting involved with supply and demand for the shares. But that won't happen for the most part. So if we're going to go with Nvidia, we're going to go with NVDL and NVDX. We understand there's volatility. That's not risk. To me, unless you believe Nvidia is risky, it's not risk. It just moves in these wild moves. If we could look at Nvidia at the bottom of its range, around 130, and we can go to NVDX and we can see that the bottom of its range is 13. So look, this thing moves just like Nvidia. We're going to use this so we can double up. And what's most important? Collecting the covered call premiums. We get more premium on a leveraged ETF than we would using the individual stock. I love Nvidia to go sideways to higher this year, and we're going to use NVDX to make some money. Now right here, I could have easily slipped in MSTX. This is MicroStrategies. If I believe Bitcoin's going to go higher, which I do, I could easily talk about MicroStrategies. But what I'm going to tell you right now, I am going to use BitX in lieu of MicroStrategies. Once I get out of my current MicroStrategy trade, for which I'm using MSTX, we're going to use BitX going forward. See, I would rather use a commodity, which is Bitcoin, where there's no single stock risk. See, we can wake up tomorrow and we don't know we don't know much about the CEO or the business or this, that, and the other with MicroStrategies. We just know it's one of the highest IV stocks in the world. People love to use it. They make hella jack. What I would like to do is use Bitcoin, and the way we can trade Bitcoin to our advantage is using BitX and BitO. BitO is the 1-for-1 Bitcoin ETF. We can generate some nice dividends with that one because it pays about $1 every month, as well as a good covered call trade. 1-for-1, get you 3%, 4%. BitX is 2x. Of course, we're going to jack it up and get 5 to 6%. But again, what are we trading? We're trading the underlying commodity that is Bitcoin. If you think Bitcoin is risky, you need to stay out of it. Bitcoin's volatile. We know its trading range. So we're going to trade it when it gets to the bottom of its range. And what was my last BitX trade? It was when Bitcoin was trading low in its range and we got involved at 48. Just go back and see where I placed those trades. I believe I bought the stock in and around 52, 51. We wrote the in the money. I believe it was 50 or 49 strike. Look at that thing popping. We make money when we play the bottom of the range because we don't get caught bag holding like everybody else does when it goes to the top. Look, these things may go to the top, but you know what? Do you have a crystal ball to know if you're going to buy at the top? Hey, I don't either. So I have to do what I know how to do, and that's find the middle of the range, bottom of the range, and we get involved. Now, my final ETF that I am going to be using this year a lot because its trading range is ridiculous. This is LABU. This is the 3X leverage ETF to the S&P 500 Biotechs. And this thing is sold off considerably. Why? Because the new administration brought in Kennedy, and Kennedy apparently is not a vaccine guy. And somehow that caused this index to fall from 150 all the way down to 80. Do you understand how big the pharmaceutical lobby is? There is no way. Look, even when Trump was president 4 years ago, he didn't do nothing then. He's got bigger fish to fry. Kennedy will never truly impact the biotechs because look, at the end of the day, just do the math. If you collar biotechs, right? If you restrict biotechs, then they're not going to put out the money that is required for R&D to come up with new drugs. And that just does not fly. Okay, that doesn't fly. So they will be allowed to do what they do. And yeah, they'll talk big smack in Washington about biotechs. But at the end of the day, if you collar the biotechs, you won't get new drugs. And quite frankly, that is not going to happen. The lobby is too big. It's too great. So looking at LABU, what do you see? I see a buy low, sell high opportunity. And of course, what that means is we're going to buy low, and that means we're going to get involved low, and we're going to sell premium. Look, I'm involved with this thing in and around 104. It's trading at 82. I also got involved when it was trading at 84. I have confidence in this. This is the S&P 500 biotech stocks. So, hey, if you think biotechs are going away, and by the way, they're not one-hit wonder biotech stocks. They are the biggest. So if you think biotech's going away, well, okay, then this isn't for you. But I don't. I know that this is how the game's played. And when they play the game this way, we get opportunities. Now, look, this is all due to him winning the election. Right here is when Trump wins the election. He appoints Kennedy, and look what happens. Well, it's never that good, and it's never that bad. So I am going to now trade it, and when we go back to where this thing tested support, what seems to be a year ago, look where it's trading, in and around that mark. And Wall Street now is finding a little bit of support. Look, it could fall $5 more, $5 more, $5 more. But at the end of the day, if we do out of the money puts, 1 week, 2 weeks, you may not even be assigned the shares. And if you are assigned the shares, you could use that put premium, which by the way, is incredible. You could almost make 10% a trade on this. Well, we're going to go ahead and do that second trade, and notice every single time it taps the bottom, it makes a run higher, taps the bottom, trading sideways to higher. I'm looking for LABU to be an ETF that we can make some money in 2025. Hey, look, I hope you like this video because we're going to be doing little videos like this throughout the year. I still love yen. I still love TNA. I still love all those, but I'm going to focus on these because of the various different reasons I mentioned in this video. You'll see all my trades, and if you're interested in copying any of them, well then of course you get the trade, then try to get something in and around what I got. Hey look, be safe, be healthy, most important, be lucky. Until next time, may all your covered calls be profitable.